Well, there's two preseason games in, and the Chicago Skies is off to a 2-0 start. And this Chicago Sky team under Tyler Marsh looks pretty impressive out the gate. There's a lot of things that Tyler Marsh can do with this lineup, and it's paying dividends in the first two preseason games. And we'll unpack all that here next, here on the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. Well, guys, the Chicago Sky is off to a hot start here in the preseason. I know it's only preseason, but the Chicago Sky are off to a 2-0 start. Tonight, they beat the Minnesota Lynk 74-69. Now, Angel Reese was not at practice yesterday. She attended the Met Gala, and a lot of people had a problem with Angel Reese attending the Met Gala. There's narratives out there once again that she's not concerned with playing basketball. She wants to be a celebrity. And what did she do? She came straight from the Met Gala on her birthday today, and they played the Minnesota Lynk in Chicago. And the Chicago Sky took down the Minnesota Lynk in preseason 74-69. Now, Angel Reese is still coming off of dominating Napheesa Collier in the Unrivaled League. Now she has got the best in Napheesa Collier. We know that Angel Reese put up a 20-point double-double against Napheesa Collier in the Unrivaled, where a lot of people said that Angel Reese took belt to ass on Napheesa Collier, dominated the Defensive Player of the Year. Now we get into the preseason, and it's a carryover. And what I've said about Angel Reese, she gives Napheesa Collier difficulties on both ends of the floor. The way she plays Napheesa Collier, she don't let Napheesa Collier get to her spot on the floor when she wants to get to, and she makes it real uncomfortable for Napheesa Collier out on that basketball court. Now tonight, Angel Reese did only play 19 minutes, but Angel Reese, she put up a good stat line. She had 9 points, 8 rebounds on 4 of 9 from the field. She was 0 of 1 from 3-point range, but she was 1 of 2 from the foul line. So, but what she did on the defensive end against Napheesa Collier, she held Napheesa Collier to 3 of 12 from the floor shooting. Napheesa Collier, she was 0 of 6 from 3-point range. And, Napheesa Collier, she got that 3 ball. But Angel makes it difficult for her to get to her spots and let her get comfortable and set up. And Angel Reese's defense against Napheesa Collier, it goes back to last year on how she defended her. When Angel Reese defended Napheesa Collier shot one of her worst field goal percentage against anybody in the league. And Angel Reese was the sole reason behind that, because every time that Minnesota played the Chicago Sky, Angel Reese made it difficult for her. Now, Angel Reese continues the dominance over Napheesa Collier. But this Chicago Sky team that Tyler Marsh has put together, him and Jeff P., they fully equipped because they got a lot of depth. They got some ball handlers. They got some playmaking guards as well. Now, Courtney Vandersloot started the game off, and Courtney Vandersloot was getting to her spot. She was running the offense. A lot of pick and pop. She was going into Camilla Cardoso. She was giving her the pass where she needed, and Camilla Cardoso was scoring. And tonight, Camilla Cardoso, in that lineup, she, played 17 minutes. She had 10 points, and also she had 7 rebounds. So she's starting to exert herself offensively. But what I say about Camilla Cardoso, she needs to step up her intensity on the defensive end. She could be a better defender at 6'7". She could be a better defender. She could be a better shot blocker. She just don't move her feet well enough. But that will come in time. And I think that, coming off of the season that Camilla had overseas, It looked like she's dropped down some weight and she's moving out there a little bit at a quicker pace. And, she's getting up and down the court. But defensively, that's where I would like to see her pick up her game a little bit. Offensively, I'm not concerned about her because she got an offensive skill set for a 6'7" big that once she gets the ball around the rim, she can finish. And I would like to see her punish some of the little players that are guarding her and go straight up and get these and ones. But as far as the team in whole, I like what Chicago is doing. I like what Tyler Marsh got out there. I like what Tyler Marsh is starting the game off with Angel Reese, Camilla Cardosa, Courtney Vandersloot, Kia Nurse, and Ariel Atkins. Now, we saw Ariel Atkins tonight with the 10 points that she put up. Ariel Atkins is starting to get more comfortable. In these first 2 preseason games, the second game against the Minnesota, she's feeling comfortable. She was getting to her spot. She was hitting her pull-up. She hit a couple threes. And defensively, that's when Ariel Atkins is going to pay her dividends, where she can play the passing lanes, get these steals, and also she can start the fast break. Also, what I see from Angel as well, she is playing more of a facilitator at the top of the key when she has the ball. So her ability to pass the ball. Also, when she gets a rebound, she's able to push it in transition and set people up. And then, like I said, with the ebb and flow of Courtney Vandersloot, that just puts the team in a better position to score when they need a bucket, because she can get into the paint. You see, she had a couple floaters tonight. She had a couple layups. Also, I like what Kia Nurse and Rebecca Allen are doing. They are stretching the floor for Chicago, and they are starting to hit their three-point shot. I know it's early in preseason, but this team looks like it's getting an identity out there that they're going to space the floor, they're going to get these threes up, and they're going to move the ball in transition. Now, also, with Michaela Onyenuede, I know there's some comparisons. People said something about, a Jackie Young type of play, but I don't think she has that in her. Michaela Onyenuede is probably better equipped. I would like to see her play more of the 3 position and be that Swiss Army knife that a lot of people think that she can be. But this will all start picking up as, you log minutes and stuff with the new unit and things like that. And also, I like what Elizabeth Williams is bringing to the table coming off the bench. She's a switch up from what you get from Camilla Cardosa and Angel Reese. Also, in tonight's game, we saw the big impact that Hailey Van Lith made late in the game to get a hold for Chicago to get the lead and, go on to win this game. Hailey Van Lith's impact coming in, she had to step back, side-to-side dribble, 3-pointer. That was crucial. Then she had a play in transition, a cross-court pass that led to a 3. And then she caused a turnover. And also she got in the paint and found Jessica Carter. I just think with this Chicago Sky unit, the way Tyler Marsh has utilized them in these first 2 preseason games, we're going to see that Tyler Marsh is trying to use a lot of bodies. I know it's a lot of players that are trying to make this roster, so they're getting a showcase out there. But to me personally, what I said about Angel Reese dominating Napheesa Collier, now if Angel Reese can go out there when they play Minnesota and continue to dominate Napheesa Collier, that's a recipe for a win for Chicago. Everybody else just got to play their part. And I like the switch up that Tyler Marsh can do with Courtney Vandersloot and Hailey Van Lith. Hailey Van Lith, actually tonight, when she came in, it seems like the crowd is on her side. It's like she's a fan favorite, and she paid big dividends when she came in the game tonight. I'm liking what I'm seeing of what Tyler Marsh is doing with this unit. I think this team is deep. They got some playmaking ability. They got some shot makers. You see what Rachel Banham did. She came in, Big Mama. She hit a couple threes. I just like the continued patience of Ariel Atkins. She's getting to her spots now. She's finally, hitting her, pull-up shot. She hit one off the one leg. She hit a 3-pointer. She had a 3-point play. and also her defense, like I said, getting into the passing lanes. But what stood out the most in this game is the continuous dominance of Angel Reese over Napheesa Collier. I know it's only preseason, but this is just a carryover from the Unrivaled League where Angel Reese was dominating Napheesa Collier and Unrivaled. Also, you know, Angel Reese coming on her birthday, coming off the Met Gala the previous night, getting back to Chicago, getting into practice, getting some shots up and being prepared for this preseason game. And she came out in only 19 minutes and she had 9 points and 8 rebounds. So the things that Angel Reese is doing is just like, it's just God-given ability. It's just natural. It's effortless that she goes out there and puts these numbers up in these low minutes that she's getting. Just think if she would have played another, 10 minutes, she probably would have had another double-double. But if she continues to dominate Napheesa Collier, like I said, when they was playing in Unrivaled, this is going to be must-see TV every time Chicago and Minnesota match up, because right now we got a trend. It seems like Angel Reese is getting the best of Napheesa Collier, and Napheesa Collier is the reigning defending WNBA Defensive Player of the Year. And Angel Reese is making it hard for Napheesa Collier every time they go out on that court. So Chicago Sky is off to a 2-0 start. I like what Tyler Marsh is doing. I like the rotation. I like the minutes that they're getting. I like how they're spreading the floor. I like how everybody is chipping in. And, like they said, the offense is running fluently. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can score. And it's just a nice sight to see right now. I know it's only preseason. You can't, put too much stock in preseason, but build your habits in preseason going into the regular season. So you guys let me know what y'all think about the Chicago Sky in the first 2 preseason games. I see everybody in the comment section, #salute. Oh yeah, just in case I forgot, if you're not subscribed to the channel, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button, turn your post notifications on so you know every time Simply Ball Dropping drops another hot banger. And this is going to wrap up another episode of the Simply Ball Dropping podcast. I'm your host and the man behind the mic, K-Sap. We're going to catch you on the next one. Deuces.
Thanks for listening to the Simply Ball Dropping podcast. Be sure to subscribe, like, and share on all major platforms.
That's all, folks.